Hello again, everybody. This is Josh Bycer from GameWisdom.com. This is not the video that I wanted to make on my return to the Pinball Arcade by Farsight Studios. As you can see right now, something looks a bit different from the last time we've played. Farsight has been experimenting with a new UI for the game since they've used the old one, I think, for good 3-4 years now. It was officially put into, I think, official release about a month or so from the time of this recording, and I've been ignoring the beta to see what it would look like fresh, and unfortunately I'm not excited about this. So instead of playing pinball in this video, this is a good way for me, I guess, to make lemonade out of lemons, and that is to talk about UI design. It's not exactly the most exciting topic, but it's one that chances are most developers will usually screw up on, especially independent developers who, if it's their first game they're making or they're just dealing with their fans, they may not look at the UI from a broader sense. So we're going to talk about that in this video. We're not going to probably play a table here, but this is still a good lesson. We're going to talk about some of the big red flags to watch out for. The first thing is you're not hearing any music, and that's because they've replaced the menu music. Originally it was a cover of Pinball Wizard by The Who, which obviously is fitting the theme, and now they actually have the song playing. Well, it's good and bad. The good is it's a catchy song. The bad news is that typically video game menus don't feature vocal music because words tend to grate on your ears after a while. Listening to Pinball Wizard one time is great. Listening to it every time we load up the game and every time we're trying to go through the menus, not so much. Another big point is because it is a copyrighted song, if I leave it on during this video, chances are we're going to be flagged by YouTube, so no more of that. If you look at the UI, the first thing you'll notice is there is a lot of empty space. There's nothing down here, nothing up here, and all this is empty. Instead, everything is constrained to up, here, and then this middle part. This is a lot of negative space that could have been used to put more information in, and you'll see the problem with that in the next minute or so. First off, we have some very unidentifiable menu icons. Now obviously this is the power to turn it off, but this is actually your collection. There are no tooltips to let you know what these actually do. That's another big problem. If you're going to have symbols, you need to have tooltips. They've condensed things down so you can now buy all the tables through the game itself. Now, of course, because of my press copy, I was able to get seasons 1 through 5. Maybe I may have to try and bug Farsight for season 6 when the time comes. But this isn't too bad. It's good to have all this information right here for the player. But if you're noticing something, there is a bit of a problem. And you're going to see that when I click on my library up here. Yeah. Before, you had everything displayed. You had to scroll down the list with information on the left, and then the big, usually the black glass and the title on the right hand side. It was big, it was visual, you could see it very clearly. This doesn't work. It feels like this was designed more for a mobile interface where you're dealing with a smaller screen. The big problem is, one, you lose a lot of the impressions from the tables before. If I click on this, we just get this little box, little blurb here. Another point is that it is very hard to digest this just sitting here and looking. Now, for someone who's played these tables more times than we can count, they'll recognize this, immediately. But for a new player, I mean, if you look at this, can you tell what some of these titles are? Like, what's this? Do you know what this is? I don't know. Apparently that's Earthshaker. But can you really make that out from here? And remember, I'm using DirectX 11 with I think the most my max resolution. Now, for something like the Addams Family, where the characters will tell you what it is, it's pretty easy to see. But I mean, what's this? I make out bot. Is that Bride of Pinbot? Huh? I guess it right. That's good. But this is just not a good design UI. Now, I do like the fact that you can now sort things around, sort by year, manufacturer, and all that. But as a bit of a problem, it's sorting by manufacturer, but it's not telling me what these manufacturers are. Is this my table? Again, it's very hard to actually read what's going on. Is this in alphabetical order? I think it is. Who done it? So I think that's another one that I got. But you can see that it doesn't look that good. Now, the old UI, to be fair, had problems. You had to scroll down a whole lot to get to the ones you wanted. There's no built-in search feature. It's very cumbersome to use, but it was aesthetically pleasing. I would prefer for them to keep something similar, like let's say we keep like this, like maybe half the screen, and then have like the info over here. Because again, for a new player, can you even see what that is? Honestly, can you see that this says Black Pearl? Oh, I'm sorry, Black Rose. That's even better. Because I can't. Now we click on our little, what do we want to call them? Just pinballs here. You get this very generic looking thing. And as another bit of a problem, this is another bit of UI design I want to bring up. You can't click anywhere to exit out of the screen. You can't even move it. The only way to get rid of it is to click the little X down there. That's not good UI design, especially when you're going through all of this. What's worse is that it looks like you could click out there, doesn't it? Because you have this empty space. Now, if this filled the entire screen, that would be a different matter. Then you would know to click this. Not even escape as a keyboard shortcut. Again, not really all that good. I mean, even like this little artwork doesn't look all that impressive. Oh, and you can't even click. Wow, that's another problem. These things are visible, but this whole bottom row doesn't exist. Eesh. Just not. This was just not well designed, I'm afraid. Again, they want to keep like this screen. This should have extended all the way out, so we could see this in its full detail, get some info on it, stuff like that. I wasn't even sure what this button meant. I thought it was just my goals. Again, despite them spending so much time on it, this looks just very basic to me. Let's click on another one. Like, for them redesigning the whole thing, it kind of feels like they could have done a better job. Maybe make this look similar, use some of the art from the pinball table, or something to just spruce this up. This looks like something that was like a first pass. Another thing that I would have liked is, considering they're redoing the UI, it would have been nice to get more information on the table that we could see from here. But there isn't any. And again, you lose a lot of the identity of the tables with these little balls. Alright, now what is this? Now, I'm not even sure like what this means. I've done 1 of 5. Like, now because I play this, I know this means that this is the wizard goals. But it doesn't even say wizard goals here, or regular goals, or anything like that. So let's go into a table and we can sort of try to make some sense out of the in-table UI. Trying to pick one that we haven't done yet. Oh, and there is no mouse wheel. Now you may have been wondering why I'm not using my gamepad. And the gamepad simply does not work with the Pinball Arcade. At least not how it did before. The UI was not really designed for that. Okay. So, if you look over here, Arcade is the same as this. But there's no other buttons for challenges, online play, official tournaments, stuff like that. So I'm not sure why this is the same as there. Again, it's just a disjointed UI. Alright, let's go with this. Dr. Dude! And now, again, the UI just looks, well, off to me. This is completely new. There used to be an option in the menu of the table. Now it's placed here, but you can only use the arrows. I can't just like click on something and get it. There's also doesn't seem to be a way to go back to default. You have to find it. So before, you used to get the info screen that shows up with information on the table, history. That doesn't pop up anymore. Clicking on the name does nothing. Again, the UI just looks very basic to me. Now this is good. I like how they now keep the information right here to let you know, basically links to it. Okay. Even like the text looks a little hard to read, but maybe that's just me. Oh, can't even do that. Oh, wait. There we go. Game setup. So some of the stuff looks a little bit better. But the UI just looks very basic. Oh, but here's another problem. Now I have to switch back. It's kind of hard to tell, but they've also moved out all my view, so I need to actually adjust that. That looks too zoomed in. I think I like 2. It also looks darker to me. I may just have to adjust these settings back in the menu. That they still haven't gotten the UI for controlling like the video and all that into the game itself. Okay. But now I'm going to exit out, and you can see now I'm trying to use my analog stick, and it's just very awkward a little bit. You can't use the D-pad, doesn't really work all that well. And if you look, it's like there's a delay with putting the cursor on something with the analog stick. Again, it just does not have that integration that we were looking for.
It's alive!
This is probably like the best thing, the play random feature. trying to...
The creatures of the night. What music they make.
The graphics do look, I think, a little bit better. Maybe that's just not having played it for so long.
It's nice to see you're back.
I mean, it's still the same great pinball table, same great physics system. But the UI just really casts a poor light on it. And UI design is such a critical part of any successful game. Especially if you're trying to show it to someone brand new.
All the other girls will be green with envy.
I don't know, it feels like I want to zoom in more. Oh, that ain't gonna do it. That looks too far in. I think I like 1. Again, sometimes you do have to adjust the view depending upon what board you're playing. What is our time on this video? 17 minutes? No way to still skip that resuming game, which is annoying.
I usually run in packs.
Alright. I'm just trying to see how it's actually feeling to try and do some of like the advanced moves.
Leave me alone, dog breath!
If I can hit the creature feature, I'll be really happy. There we go. That's what I wanted to do, just to make sure I can hit those tricky shots. You still can't save the table spots either. So that's the UI, and like I said, I'm not a fan of this. It feels like they fixed something that wasn't broken, and there's still things that are broken that haven't been fixed yet. So to wrap things up, lots of empty space, a very subpar sorting system here. Why I can't click on this stuff is anyone's guess. And it feels really like a step backwards. And this is what they've been testing for a lot of months. This isn't like something they just threw in after like a day or two. But let me know what you think in the comments below, especially for anyone who's designing UIs on their own or have done it in the past, to see like what your thoughts on this is. But that's going to do for this quick look at it. I hope this has helped you at least with understanding some of the very, I'm not sure why the word I would use, I guess like philosophical discussions on what makes or breaks a UI design. If you have any questions or comments besides what I just said, be sure to leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, of course, please like and subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. It always helps out. If you want more pinball action, be sure to check out my playlist of going through the Pinball Arcade tables. There's quite a few on there already, and I tend to make one every so often. You can find my posts and podcasts on game-wisdom.com. You can follow me on Twitter under GW Bycer, get the latest updates of new content. And last but not least, you can find me on Patreon under Game Wisdom. Any donations would be greatly appreciated. They allow me to keep putting out great content while supporting myself. And if we can hit some goals, it'll mean more things for you all to enjoy. So this has been, I guess, a little UI chat using Pinball Arcade. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.